afternoon, Hapless lockpickers. It's Hap again. It's a beautiful rainy afternoon, and today I have for you a couple of really nice locks here. These are the Abus 80TI 50s, the Abus Titaliums 50 millimeters with a 9mm shackle. These are really nice. I actually really like these locks. They fit just perfectly inside my hands. The smaller cousin of these locks actually is the Abus 64TI 50. As you can see, it's still a 50mm lock, but it's a shorter body and it's not quite as meaty. And the shackle, of course, is only 5mm. So it's a little smaller. These kind of disappear in my hand, but the core is actually the same. So they pick the same. And as for picking on these are chock full of security pins. They're a great training lock for that purpose. So I've got a bunch of them, and I just grabbed two off the top of the stack, and I'm going to give them a little pick here, see if I can get into them. Let's see, I'm going to get a tension wrench, SB13 from Multipick, top of the keyway. Too big? No, that's actually just a perfect fit. Excellent. And then let's grab a pick here. Ooh, oh, here we go. There's one of my favorites, of course, the Peterson medium hook in 25 thousandths. So these actually have really nice deep cuts on their security pins, so it's perfect for practicing with. You get really good feedback on them. So I'm going to go with light tension, and I'm going to start on pin number 1. And pin number 1 is giving no feedback and doesn't want to move, so I'm going to say that's either picked or I've got too much tension. Okay, number 2 is giving us some counter rotation, so I'm just going to pick that. There we go. Pin 3, counter rotation, picked. Pin 4, counter rotation. I think that's picked now, maybe? Or it's still giving counter rotation. I don't know. It might be giving counter rotation. I'm going to come back to it. Oh, pin 4, I just touched it, and oh, it's giving counter rotation now, though, so I think I just popped it into a spool. There we go. 5, counter rotation. Sounds a little crunchy. Whoops. I let it go. But you know what? I think letting it go was the thing to do. I think I over-picked it. And 6 feels set. Okay, coming back here to 1 again. Let's see what 1 wants to do. Yeah, I think 1 is actually just really on the floor and likes being there. Number 2 is giving us some counter rotation. So there we go. I think 2 is set. I think 3 is set. 4 gave us a click. 5. Ooh, touched 5 and it did that. Okay, now it's giving counter rotation yet again. Okay, I think 5 is now set. And 6, now 6 is binding again. Counter rotation. Let's just let that off. Let's see if we can get it in. Okay, I think that's in. But something felt like it came down at the front here. Let's try 1 again. See how 1's doing. Yeah, no. 1 set, 2 set, 3 set, 4. 4 is on the floor again and giving counter rotation. Okay, and that's it. She's open. Do you see how deeply, though, that tension wrench moved with every one of those spools? Or sure feels like spools in there. It was just like a windshield wiper. Okay, for some reason, this is now too thick to go into this one. Oh, no, I just had it at a weird angle. There we go. She's in. Good fit. All right, and let's try this one now. So, pin 1. Oh, pin 1 just sank itself, and I think it's picked. Pin 2. So, pin 2 is picked. Pin 3. 3 feels squishy. Oh, wait, but when you get it up to the top, it does give us counter rotation, so let's try that one. Yeah, okay, that felt good on pin 3, but I think 2 dropped maybe? Or 1 dropped? One of the 2 of them dropped. Or am I just crazy? Well, it's official. I'm crazy. Okay, those are 1, 2, and 3 are both picked, it feels like. Pin 4, counter rotation. And I think 4 just picked. And pin 5, counter rotation again. Just letting off a little tension there. And now she's picked. Okay, and now we're going for 6. Ooh, 6 just clicked, but we're not open. Oh, and 6 is giving us counter rotation now. So let's pick 6. And I think I overpicked 6. I'm going to let off a little tension, see if I can get 6 to drop down a bit. Okay, 6 dropped back down. So counter rotation from 6. Not pushing up too hard. I'm just trying to get in there. Okay. So we picked 6, but now we are still locked. So let's see what's holding us up now. 5 is good. 4. Oh, there we go. 4 came down and is giving us counter rotation. So let's pick 4. Okay, we picked 4, but something else popped on us there. I think it was 6. Yeah, it was 6. Okay. Let's try 6 again without letting 4 go. There we go. And we're open. So it looks like 4 and 6 were playing a little gatekeeping game. Oh, my tension wrench is stuck. So that was actually pretty quick. So we can't gut these, unfortunately. They are they're pressed in, and if you look, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but right along the side here, you can actually see where they've bored in and planted the pins after the core has been seated in. And you'll notice that there's actually one more than there are supposed to be pins in this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7. 7 is actually a retention pin. You can't feel it in the lock, unfortunately. So that's the pin that if you drill out, you should be able to dump the core, theoretically. But I'm not going to do that. So Titalium. Titalium is actually an Abus proprietary term for the aluminum-like metal that they make these out of. And it's very light. I suppose they're implying titanium and aluminum, or aluminium with the titanium. I don't think that's actually the alloy recipe, because that doesn't actually sound possible. But let's take a closer look at these here. So Nano Protect Shackle. I'm not actually sure what that means. I think it's referring to the coating they put on it. It's very slippery coating, so I'm guessing a hacksaw would have a heck of a time trying to bite into that. And if we look down at the side, in fact we can tell just by looking at the cutouts here for the pawls, the locking pawls, they're angled. And if we look down inside, we can see a nice wedge there for the locking pawl. And we can see that it is indeed spring-loaded. Now it's a very stout spring loading. So, and it looks like it might have a little bit of a lip on one side here. And it looks like a flat spot on the top, maybe, just a little bit of one. So we might have a difficult time shimming one of these, but I'm going to give it a try, even though it's a 9mm shackle, which is a little thick for getting a shim around. I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm going to come in straight. Oh, and look at that. She went right down. And I'm going to come in straight on this side. And it's a little tight, but she went down. Oh, and look at that. You can shim them right open. Doesn't take much. So let's try that again on the other one, just to make sure it's not a fluke here. So one shim straight in. So as opposed to what we would normally do, where we would come around from the side and then rotate into it, these ones, because of that little lip that's on the side here, I'll show you in a second, if we get this open, we're actually going to come straight down and depress the locking pawl in that way. And we're going to come in and do the same here. Now, this one is a little tighter, and you can see how it's gotten very tight right here where I'm trying to get that shim in. There's plenty of room on the other side, though. So I'm actually going to push that shackle over as much as I can and try and fit this in. And I don't think it's going to work on this one. So I am going to rotate around, but I'm just going to do it with the tip. To hopefully force that shackle over. Oop. There we go. That's a little slippy. Okay, coming in, coming in, coming in. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, that might be enough. Let's go down. And, ooh, this one is very tight. So, looks like it was kind of a fluke on that other one, just because it was it was a little looser. So let's try. I'll work this one out. Oop, she's coming. She's coming out. It's very tight on this one. Yeah, very tight. This one is not great for shimming. This one is, though. So it's definitely worth a try on these if you want to shim them. But as you can see, it's definitely lock specific. Yeah, this one's just super easy to shim. But here's the lip that I'm talking about here. So I don't know if this is coming through on camera, but there is a definite, so if you bring your shim in here and you try to come around the side, it's actually going to get caught on this little lip. I wonder if I can demonstrate that with a shim. So if you put your shim in on the side, and you try to come around, you can see it's actually getting caught there. Now I'm actually going to get a flashlight, so if I can put some extra light onto that. Let's get a flashlight with a battery in it. How about that? There we go. This one has a battery in it. So let's zoom that light down intensely. Okay, it might be too bright in there now, but there is a very distinctive lip on that pawl on this far side here, and that is what our shim is hitting. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and I'll probably pick some of these or a couple more of these in a different video. Maybe have a picking marathon because I got about a dozen of these. So thanks for watching, and happy picking.